Now, as we head into tomorrow, we're going to be looking at different states that may not see the activity tonight, but the ingredients are brewing. We're talking about Wisconsin. They're going to be getting in on all of that action tomorrow with a level 3 out of 5 threat for those severe storms that encompasses damaging winds, large hail, and, of course, the possible tornado. They are all in the cards.
So we're going to go ahead and bring in Fox 6 Milwaukee Chief Meteorologist Tom Wachs to sort of break down what you're looking at. I mean, Tom, I'm sure you have the whole country jealous with the weather that folks across the upper Midwest were experiencing. But at the end of the day, all of that is sort of aiding in the severe weather threat you're looking at tomorrow.
Yeah, Haley and Steve, great to be with you tonight. Yeah, really kind of a dangerous mix of ingredients setting up. We have dew points in the 60s here tonight in the Milwaukee area, so that's one of the ingredients. The humidity is making a return. And we also have, as you just mentioned, that trough of low pressure pushing in from the Intermountain West. That's going to be coming in, and we're going to have the heat with this. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if some areas just away from Lake Michigan tomorrow end up getting close to 90 for a high temperature. So we're going to have the heat, the humidity, and then that lifting in the atmosphere as a cold front comes towards us. And here in the Milwaukee area, we are in that level 3 severe weather risk, as you mentioned, and a pretty significant tornado risk as well. Another one of those ingredients is that wind shear in the atmosphere, changing of wind direction or wind speed with height, and that's going to be significant tomorrow afternoon. So we are prepared here in the southern part and really the entire state of Wisconsin for tornadoes, the potential for baseball-sized hail, and wind damage as well. You can see with that tornado potential really starting to increase during the afternoon hours.
And Tom, I want to ask you, because we know we enter into May, and for us, we talk about how this is the most active portion of the severe season. But for you in southern Wisconsin, is this something that's an oddity, or is it, something that you could typically see, in the month of May?
That's a great question. So typically we will see some severe weather in May, so it's certainly not uncommon. But I would classify here in the Milwaukee area our typical severe weather season being at its peak between June and August. And one of the reasons why, really two reasons, one has to do with the jet stream lifting north, right? So we really start to warm up here in the northern tier of states in June, July, and August. But also we're right on the shores of Lake Michigan, right? So it takes a while for the lake to warm up as well, and that can have a big influence on our weather locally as well. So we're just getting in to severe weather season here in the Wisconsin area.
And with a lot of these locations too, Tom, especially out farther towards your west, we're dealing with a northern plains flood threat. Do you think that there's any kind of flash flooding potential closer to your area? Because with those dew points, we could see significant rainfall rates that we've been tracking out across spots like North and South Dakota today.
Yeah, very tropical, right? A very tropical environment. I think what might save us from a flood threat around here tomorrow will be the speed of the storms, the forward speed, which will likely be about 35 to 45 miles per hour, moving from the southwest to the northeast. So I think that's going to help move the storms along. So yes, I do think we could get some heavy rain, but we'll probably stay below the flooding threshold just given the movement. And we're hoping to get these storms out of here by sunset tomorrow night. But guys, I mean, this is a sizable threat certainly on our Thursday.
Yeah, and Tom, right below you were showing you video of hail, right, in Wisconsin, and large hail is on the table for tomorrow. But in different regions of the country, large hail means something different, right? You start talking about Texas, and it's like 4 to 5 inch in diameter. What's that like for you in Wisconsin? What is the potential for your region for large hail? What are you expecting?
Sure. Well, typically anything, quarter size, 1 inch in diameter or larger is significant for us here. But here's the deal with the atmospheric dynamics and thermodynamics that we talk about in meteorology. We could be dealing with hail as large as baseballs tomorrow. So that's really, obviously, that's significant anywhere, right? And here in Wisconsin, it's very significant, plus that tornado threat. So, I mean, really all hazards, all modes on the table here as we head into Thursday afternoon.
And Tom, too, with the damaging wind threat, which I think especially as these storms start to cluster together, move in this MCS type of system, which is pretty classic for your area, power outages can be a big deal. Have you seen folks kind of starting to preemptively put out bucket trucks, kind of get things prepared so they can have that quick action plan?
Yeah, great question. So, that's going to be an issue, I think, tomorrow is the potential for power outages, possibly downbursts as well. We have some drier air aloft that could also contribute to that. So it'll all depend on kind of what form that the storms take as they move through our area. But yes, that's certainly one threat. And one of the big points that we're trying to emphasize here, because, weather anxiety, right? It's a big deal. When you start talking about tornadoes and baseball-sized hail and damaging winds, people's hearts start racing, right? And so what we're encouraging people to do is simply prepare, right? Preparation is key. If you're going to be out, let's say in the Milwaukee area between 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. tomorrow, what are you doing in that time frame? Do your kids have a soccer game? What would you do if a tornado warning is issued at that point, right? So it really comes down to preparation on all levels, and that's what we're encouraging folks to do here across our region tonight.
And Tom, I want to bring it back to Milwaukee here specifically. You were talking about that rotationary element. I've been obviously following you on X. You've been doing a great job doing those updates with every single kind of update that comes in with this severe weather. The wind shear profile is interesting to me because it seems like the surface winds are feeding off of southern Lake Michigan, right? Does that give you kind of that increase in that moisture availability? Does that make the potential for more widespread activity there? What does that kind of influence off of the southern side of Lake Michigan do to your overall forecast in that region?
Sure, so that's a great question, and that's actually been a popular viewer question because lake water temperatures are still cool, 40s in general over Lake Michigan. So as the wind blows in, it brings in that cooler lake air, right? So a lot of folks have asked us, well, is that cooler air going to save us near Lake Michigan? There's this myth in the Milwaukee area that Lake Michigan areas near the lake will kill off thunderstorms because the air gets cooler right along the lake shore. Sometimes that can happen, but that's largely a myth. And the concern that I have for tomorrow is as those storms bubble up in the heat of our inland communities, they're going to be moving at such speed that those storms aren't going to just magically stop rotating as they get towards the lake. And we're not expecting a massive cool down near the lake with that southeast wind, but that's certainly a factor from the moisture standpoint, Steve. I do think it can bring a little more moisture into the equation as well. So it's kind of a double-edged sword there and makes for some interesting storm tracking tomorrow as well as those storms start to roll through.
Yeah, I've found it interesting when I've been tracking out across the upper Midwest, that area in northwestern Indiana, there's some little area of extra spin, and I think Lake Michigan has something to do with it, and I'll have to do some research on it, but great expertise from you. Once again, Tom Wachs, Fox 6 Chief Meteorologist out of Milwaukee. Thanks so much. We'll be checking back in with you over the next couple of days with the severe storms tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, guys.